Hello interwebs and welcome back to Let's Play Planescape Torment. Last time we hopped along to the southeastern portion of the hive and ran into a few interesting people here. One of them being this collector who's stalking kinda this noble guy who apparently likes to duel people to the death. So of course the collector is there for the bodies and to clean up. And Erin is a bit curious about this guy and why he's dueling people and especially to death, so we'll have a bit of a chat with him. We also learned that there is a Davos here who has fallen out of favor with the lady called Fel who runs a tattoo parlor, and we will definitely be seeking that out. But now let's chat with this guy. And the name is real fun to try and pronounce. Adizoel Ariani Ard or something. This slightly effeminate, well-groomed young man is watching passers-by with a contemptuous sneer. His hand rests on the elaborately crafted, bejeweled hilt of a saber. With his silk garments and suede boots, he seems painfully out of place. Yeah, I would agree. Greetings. Though with his delicate features and bald lips he could pass for a comely woman, his voice, despite its softness, is without doubt a male's. A stranger. Another cutter. He spits the word out as if its taste offended him. Come to challenge my blade? Well, Erin probably will, however, he would like to learn about him and his motivations first, so we'll start with that. No, but I had some questions. I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want them answered immediately. Away then. I've no time for the likes of you. He waves us off. Oh, well, whatever then. I won't waste your time then, low-bred cur. The young man's eyes gleam like burning ice. A frigid half-smile creeps over his lips. Come now? Repeat yourself, you hulking, brutish wreck. What did you say to me? Well, if we're going to resort to more insults then. After all, he started with spitting out the word cutter, so... You heard me, woman. That's right, you pompous, perfumed, candied arse elitist. You heard him. The young man, taken aback, simply gapes at Mort for a moment. And just who are you? We'll let Mort speak for himself. Who am I? Ha! I could have been your father, but that monkey beat me up the stairs. Yeah, he can definitely continue. He's way better at insults than Erin. What's wrong, princess? At a loss for words? You'd best lift that dropped jaw before something flies down your throat. That's right, you heard me. Pack up your frilly brassiere and go hide beneath your mother's filthy skirt where you belong. And tell her I said hello while you're at it. We'll still let him continue. Why, if I didn't know any better, I'd say... All the man can manage is a half-formed growl, flecks of spittle flying from his lips. His saber is out in a flash, his face livid with rage. Enough! I demand satisfaction! Very well, but you'll have to fight us both. No one said it would be fair. And, whoopsie, we're not in that good shape after all, but we don't have a lot to, wait, he's not fighting? Adizoel nods his head when he sees us. Ah, back again, here to cross blades this time or bother me with questions? Add some questions! Oh, now he's willing. I guess he backed off after Mort's insults and then realizing he'd have to fight both of us. Who exactly are you? Who's your daddy and what does he do? You may address me as Adizol of the House Ariani Ard. Yeah, screw that. I had other questions. What are you doing here? He grins evilly, his teeth, perfect and white as freshly fallen snow, might as well be sharp as knives. What is he, Christopher Walken as the Headless Horseman? Oh, this and that, testing my skills, looking for trouble, hiving, as it were. Well, yes, Erin does think he'd be a good test of his skills, but we want to still ask some more questions first. I seriously doubt he would know anything about Farad, but for the hell of it, let's see. You never know. The names of the people here don't interest me. I wouldn't have known this Farad if I met him. Okay. I want to fight a duel with you. Now. Tear that candid fop in two, boss. Show him how it's done. The young man's eyes gleam like burning eyes. Ah, it is still different lines, but still the same smile. Excellent! Does he think he's Mr. Burns? We catch only a blur of motion before his saber is readied. Do your best not to bleed on my boots, will you? Behind him a filthy robed figure is watching us with greedy eyes. Meet his attack, naturally. And
what's up?
Mort will have to do the usual litany of curses.
Plain swine.
Come on. Come on guys, you can do it. Oh crap, Mort is getting pummeled to death. Not good. Because Mort does not come back to life. Like Erin.
Yeah.
Okay, was there anything? There's the corpse fly swarm, of course, but probably not. Cloth charm. Cloth charm. I can almost fucking read. Okay, not good.
My jaw is hanging up, huh?
Mort is badly wounded. Let's have Mort kite him.
Sure, why not?
Bad thing is that Erin isn't really hitting the guy.
Okay.
Like at all. Okay, this guy's definitely too tough a nut for us to crack at this point.
I'm hurt.
Okay, now he switched to Erin. And yeah, we all know how this will end. There we go.
Talk about beating a dead horse.
I'm not a horse. I'm not Sarah Jessica Parker. Mort. Waste of a cloth charm, but shit happens. Okay, we will definitely have our revenge later. Once we get some better equipment, hopefully. Whoops, I'm not sure if it was a good idea to come here to the front door, but oh well. No one saw us, but I wonder. Erin is a bit wary of them. However, we have already taken jobs from Dustmen. Maybe these guys wouldn't realize that we've actually been here as a corpse. And then there's also the fact that there are still the huge guardian skeletons there to break and take the items, which we probably will do, and just to piss off Dustmen. But it seems the guy is missing from here, who was hopping out and about around the front door here. I forgot his name. He's nowhere to be found. Oh well, let's use the portal and the tomb and we will rest there on the way. As Mort definitely needs that. He needs a break. Oh yeah, before we do, let's quick save.
I'm gone.
And okay. I'm gonna have to check my keys because now resting key is missing. Okay, I don't think there's even a key for that in this one. Not sure, couldn't find it at least. Let's make sure, by the way, that combat scripts were still deactivated. Okay, where was the rest button here? No, that's pause. Where was it? Ah, there we go. Yes, we want to rest. Thank you.
I'm gone.
Well, that didn't do much yet for Mort. Oh well. Okay, back to the southeast portion area. And we'll leave the noble to his antics for now.
Done.
He must be a fan of Fegaline.
Done.
Dun, dun, dun. Maybe even a follower. Oh crap, okay, he's still in hostile mode, so we'll have to avoid him. These furnace pipes are pumping hot air out of the building. There's yet another harlot there.
I'm gone.
There's some barrels. These barrels are probably here to catch rainwater. The only thing that fills them is dust.
I'm gone.
I guess it doesn't rain much here. There is some building here, but painted door to tenement of thugs. Oh yeah, this isn't an actual door, if I remember correctly. What we first took to be a door in this archway is actually a painting. The artist has made use of the shadows of the overhanging arch and some subtle texturing effects to give the door the illusion of substance. Well, everything is perceptive, so he kinda noticed it from the distance that it's not a real door and is kinda examining it. Yeah, in mullet time. Other than the skill of the artist, there is nothing remarkable about the painting. The door has been painted on a rough stone wall. We can feel the stone and mortar beneath the painted wooden texture. Let's leave it alone then. And proceed downwards. What's this? Oddly enough, this grillwork appears to have been grown, not forged. Interesting. Grown from what? A white oval with a black lightning bolt through it is inscribed on the keystone of the entrance to this building. This is probably the tattoo parlor. There's a harlot and some thugs.
Done.
You never know, they might attack us. There's some crazy person barking. Let's enter here and see. Yes, this is the tattoo parlor. This calls for a shave. And let's start from here. Thank you. Then a quick look around the place before we talk to the guy. An unusual work of art. This looks like a clock, but there are no numbers or hands on it. Interesting. A pattern of barbed black branches have been inscribed on this wall. And there's a lot of weird looking, I don't know, are these cables or some sort of wires or something? A burning skull has been inscribed on this wall. Two symbols of duality flank it. This design seems to be of a shadow casting a shadow. The silhouette of the shadow makes it unclear whether it is a man or a woman. Interesting works of art indeed. Yeah, that we checked. There are curtains to a back room or something, but let's go chat with Mr. Fell. Run. We see a Dabus, but something about it strikes us as odd. It has the same shock of white hair, the same greenish cast to its skin, the same pair of goat horns. Then we suddenly realized this one is walking on the ground, not floating. For some reason that makes us uneasy. Yeah, they should all float. Okay, let's try to ask some questions. The Dabus waits. Who are you? The Dabus inclines his head slightly and a lone symbol appears above his head. There are plenty here though. It is blurry at first, then resolves into a white oval with a black lightning bolt through it. For some reason, we know the Dabus has a name. Its name is Fel. That's probably because I'm pretty sure we heard his name from the... what's the guy? Mourning for Trees. Something like that. But, Erin being perceptive, I feel like I know you, Fel. Fel bows reverently and a stream of symbols swirl about his head, rotating clockwise then counterclockwise. We have to guess at some of the symbols, but we think he said something about this not being the first time we have come to this place. Do you know who I am? Another series of symbols materialize quickly and sharply into focus above Fel's head. These symbols are not as difficult as the others. We think he said he knows us, but he cannot say any more than that. Why not? For a moment there is no response from Fel, then a stream of rebuses appear, as if trickling out of Fel's mind. We think he's saying he's sorry, but we can't translate the rest. Yeah, we probably need to come back here to chat more with Fel if we find someone who can properly translate these rebuses. Now let's see if there's anything else to ask him. Well, you say you've met me before, Fel. Do you know how I died? Fel does not respond for a moment. Then slowly, menacingly, 3 symbols materialize above his head, each of them casting a long shadow. We think he's saying something about shadows. Shadows? The 3 symbols swirl about each other, each leaving a faint black misty trail about them. They take on a ragged edge, like teeth and talons, and multiply. 3 split into 3, then into 3 again, until the entire room seems covered by a swarm of shadows. He seems to be saying that we were killed by many shadows, which I'm guessing are the things we saw after we left the mortuary. Probably. But why? The shadowed symbols swirl into one, then dissolve, to be replaced with a simple symbol. Fel doesn't seem to know why. I see. Let's see, is there anything else? Not really. Well, what lies beyond that curtain, Fel? Are you hiding something? A caravan train of symbols slowly materialize around Fel, one by one. We think he is saying it is a gallery of some sort, a gallery of us. The next part is difficult to translate, but we think that Fel is saying he is sad for us. Sad? Why? Another caravan of symbols forms around Fel, this time forming a circle. He says something about us being marked and tormented. There's another section we cannot translate, then the last portion seems to be something about us enduring pain. What do you mean? A long string of rebuses appears above Fel's head, then surrounds his arms like manacles. He seems to be saying he admires us for enduring losses. Go on. A long string of rebuses appears above Fel's head, then falls, covering him like a cloak. He seems to be saying these losses cover our life and our other lives. We're not certain what the other symbols surrounding this message mean, however. Is there anything else you can tell me that I could translate? A brief series of paper-thin rebuses appear in an orderly row next to Fel, then vanish into glowing motes. We think he just warned us not to sign anything during our travels. Yeah, I think this doesn't mean only signing contracts, for example, like the Dustman thing, but to not to give our name, basically, which we don't even remember, but in any case. Very well. Thanks for the warning. Another series of rebuses appear, forming a spiral. They have the texture of a question about them. We think he just asked us if we feel whole. Well, it seems Fel probably isn't out to backstab Erin or anything, seeing as the position he's in isn't exactly great either. I mean, he's out of favor with the lady, yet people fear him as well, and fear him even more probably because of that. So I think Erin thinks that Fel is probably trustworthy, so we will tell him the truth. I don't. In fact, ever since I woke up in the mortuary, I feel like something's missing. Something inside. And I'm not just talking about my liver and things that were stolen. Fel nods, and a series of symbols materialize in a halo around him. We think he is telling us to be strong, to keep faith. God, that reminded me of Final Fantasy X and one of the worst voice actings ever. Oh boy, I'll try. Oh, let's see, are there any other new questions now? Nope. Okay. Farewell for now, Fel. We shall return once I find someone who can translate things, or after I learn your language better. Let's go take a look at the gallery then. And yeah, let's move a bit faster. This tattoo is of a night black steed with dead white eyes and spines bristling from its shoulder blades. This picture shows a blackened sphere with trails of black mist floating away from it. And this is interesting. I'm not sure, could there be a dragon or some such? This design shows a series of black rivers whose courses divide, cross each other, then flow together. Yeah, not a dragon. But this one is definitely a frog. Or one of its ilk. This design is a hollow beast with a tiny demon in its head. Screw you, that's a frog. Right. That's a frog if anything. Okay, these look like these have been tattooed in skin. These look like they could be skin. Human skin has been stretched across these wooden frames. The skins are covered with tattoos. Now don't tell me this skin is all from Erin. Human skin has been stretched across these wooden frames. The skin, same thing, no specifics about the tattoos on the skins. I mean, Fel did say that it's a gallery of us, so...
I'm gone.
Wow, that's a lot of skin. Or far back.
Done. Literally.
Most likely. Okay, well, let's see. Can we get tattoos from you, or... Let's see. Well, let's ask Mort. Can you translate for me? I'd sooner be straying through a Tanari's bowels than unravel what this goathead's trying to say. You want a translator? Find a sigil native. Fine, I see. The Dabbus waits patiently, its hands tucked into its sleeves. A series of symbols materialize above its head, then dissipate, and a question mark appears. Oh yeah, there's that. Yeah, I doubt we learned anything much from the last set of rebuses. Oh, but we can ask now more about those frames in the back room, it seems. So, what are those frames in the back room, Fel? A caravan train of symbols slowly materialize around Fel one by one. We think he's saying, yeah, again, gallery of us. But yeah, he still won't say anything more. Farewell for now, Vel, and thanks for this little. Yeah, we'll have to get someone who can translate that to us. Who can and will translate that to us.